Hello everyone, this is Harry Kruger, Game Director of Returnal.
Hey everyone, this is Gregory Loudon, the Narrative Director.
So today we're really pleased to be here to talk about the latest free expansion for Returnal called Ascension. Ascension contains two modes, one being the co-op and the other one being our new endless mode called the Tower of Sisyphus.
Approaching the base of the tower. Can't see the summit, but detecting unusual energy readings from inside.
The Tower of Sisyphus is our new endless mode, which is intended to provide some new secrets, some new narrative content, and a new endless challenge for players to sink their teeth into.
As you can see, the tower has its own look and design as you climb up it, but as you'll see in the video, it changes quite rapidly too. Okay, we've arrived in the tower atrium. This is a place that you'll slowly see unlocks as you go through, cycle by cycle and climb by climb. It's where we deliver some story. And what you're seeing right now is basically connected to where Celine is in the story. So if you play this and you've finished Returnal, Celine will react a bit differently in subtle ways. So this is still quite early on in Celine's journey on Atropos.
So in the Tower of Sisyphus, we wanted to take the strongest elements of Returnal's combat and distill them into a very focused package full of intense action. Similar to a lot of the endless modes we've made in the past, the Tower of Sisyphus also tracks your progress from room to room and phase to phase, and there's also a score that will measure your success in each run, and in order to get the best possible score you'll have a multiplier that you need to keep alive as well. This will be a very familiar element to players who have been accustomed with our previous games, and we felt this is a great way to add some depth and replayability to Returnal through a familiar package but with an entirely new twist.
Yeah, when Harry talked to me about this expansion, I thought the idea of creating this infinite, sort of endless place where you could constantly climb was really great, and looking forward to you seeing more and more of it as you go ahead.
Yeah, in terms of combat, you will have, of course, some moments of respite as well. So the rooms and the progression through the tower will be, of course, procedurally generated, or each run is guaranteed to be unique. And you will find different treasure rooms, different surprises, a lot of secrets, and a lot of different scenarios that will challenge you and give you different types of rewards. The structure of the tower is fairly straightforward. You advance to a new room, you have to dispatch the collection of enemies that appear, and once that's done, you have an opportunity to go to the translocator for the next level as fast as possible. Doing so will give you a significant bonus to your obolites and to your score multiplier.
Yeah, as you could see, if you got there in time, whilst the translocator was glowing with obolites, you would have gotten a bonus. Oh, what happened here?
Yeah, so that's an entirely new enemy that we have there as well. So if you do actually manage to chase that guy down and destroy it in time, it will open a portal to these bonus rooms. However, these rooms may have their own surprises. They won't always be favorable for the player, so there's a little bit of this risk and reward element associated with making that decision. We've been really happy to see the reception that Returnal has gained with the community, and players have responded really positively to like the core combat and the second-to-second gameplay. And we really wanted to just build an entire mode around celebrating that and also rewarding skillful players and just seeing how high you can get in the Tower of Sisyphus. Much like the myth of Sisyphus, you are destined to keep pushing the boulder up as high as you can, but death is inevitable. You will reach a point where the odds are stacked so unfavorably against you that progressing will require a tremendous amount of skill and dedication. So we'll be actually really excited to start seeing how far players can get. Here we're introducing a new weapon called the Disgorger. This is one of the many super weapons that you will find. And these act a little bit differently to your usual weapons in the sense that you have very limited use of them as consumables. And these will unleash tremendous firepower that can make a big difference in life or death situations. So collecting these and unleashing them in strategic moments can actually be a really big benefit for players who want to get as far as possible in the tower.
It's also a cosmic, organic sort of weapon. As you can see, this is the Blightwave Disgorger, and it has and unleashes a massive amount of force and attack. But as Harry said, you need to choose wisely when to use it.
Yeah, and you can keep stacking these as you keep collecting them. And in the beginning, as you get acquainted with the content, you will likely be reaching for these a bit more frequently. Here we go. So here's a quick example of how these super weapons can really decimate your enemies. But you can stack these, and in the beginning you'll probably use them a bit earlier. But as you gain more skill in the mode and you gain access to more advanced phases, you might find yourself stacking them up and saving them for later phases where the odds will be significantly more stacked against you. So this looks quite a bit ominous actually. And there's some rewards stacked up here. So let's see what this all means for the player. Okay, here we go. So Algos is actually the personification of pain, both physical and emotional in Greek mythology. And I guess just looking at the onslaught of bullet patterns and attacks, you can see why that was such a fitting name for this encounter.
It was also a place for our VFX team, as you can see, to go wild with our tentacle technology and do something pretty special and completely simulated.
Oh man, and once again, you can't see it now, but I have a huge smile on my face just looking at all the glorious bullet patterns, just feeling the playfield. Aside from, of course, the engaging challenge that they provide, I think they do create their own unique aesthetic that we're quite proud of being a central part of Returnal's unique identity. Oh wow, okay, that didn't work out. But yeah, one key difference with the main game is that here, when you actually die, you will resurrect inside the tower. This was designed so that you will have the lowest possible barrier of re-entry to keep trying to get higher and higher in the Tower of Sisyphus. There on the right you could see the device. You can access that at any time to actually check out the leaderboards, which is where you can see your highest score and compete against friends and foes for the highest possible ranking.
In Returnal, we had the house. In Tower of Sisyphus, we have a new space Celine can uncover by using the bed here in the atrium. Let's see what happens.
I've been here before. This corridor. I know this too.
That's just a taste of what you can experience in the Tower of Sisyphus. As you can see, it's another first-person experience. Unlike the house, though, you can return to the hospital once it is available and re-examine things and try to find the secrets within.
We're just gonna jump ahead to show you a little bit of phase 2 as well. So this will happen after you vanquished Algos. At the end of each phase, you'll get an opportunity to visit the fabricator, where you'll get a chance to use all of the hard-earned obolites that you've accumulated. Here, as you're familiar with, you'll be able to purchase a variety of different items that will help you ascend higher into the tower.
As you can see, the tower has evolved as you ascend as well, so it's not how it was at the beginning, but there is another phase that we will not show you.
Is this still the tower?
Tower of Sisyphus will also constantly challenge you and challenge you further and further the higher you climb. The higher you climb, obviously the higher the simulation score you can receive, but the risk of going up is prevalent.
So the key to getting the best possible score is of course keeping your multiplier up. As you can see on the right now, when you're not actually engaging in combat, after a while the multiplier will start to deplete. So the mode is designed to maintain some forward momentum and keep that engagement going. One of the new encounters that you'll have in the Tower of Sisyphus are these rooms where you will have these pre-charged fabricators where you have to choose one out of two options. Any one you choose, the other one will disappear, so you'll have to choose wisely and make sure that they are helping your strategy in getting farther into the mode. Now we picked up a parasite and the other one disappeared, and there's actually a new type of parasite as well to be discovered if you play into the heights of the tower.
The tower also features a lot of different hostiles that you would have encountered across Atropos. Be prepared for that as well.
Yeah, in some ways it's kind of like a greatest hits remix, right? So they identified what were the strongest combat scenarios in the main game with a lot of the varied enemies that we have across all of our biomes. And here in the Tower of Sisyphus you'll get to encounter them all in entirely new configurations and some increasingly challenging scenarios.
And also expect Algos to be haunting you throughout your ascent.
Yeah, that guy just doesn't give up. Oh man, that was a close one. We hope you enjoyed this short sneak peek into our latest expansion called Returnal Ascension. We really look forward to seeing how this resonates with players ahead. Thank you everyone.
Thanks for watching everyone. Enjoy.